all good. Hold on, let me get this one started. Shit. So, what? We live on that channel?
Yeah, GMSFORTRESS Ba.
That's Fortress Ba?
Yes, sir.
Why do you gotta? I'm gonna get live with mine. Somebody check. We'll do about an hour. Good. Somebody hold on to that Proverbs 1. Can you hear?
Fortress Ba, yeah.
Is that my turn?
Good.
Good. Alright, somebody hold Proverbs 1. Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we'd like to give all glory and honor and praises to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash.
a devil honest our apostles, great millstone. Salutations to the Akim on the four corners, pushing his truth and sincerity, love, diligence, respect, fear, and trembling. Coming back out here with a bid with him, very proud of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. Right? And Lord willing, it's edifying. Now today is Hallows Eve, alright, the Monogas holiday, and it's a Shabbat, and it's a new moon, okay? So, you know how the Lord operates, man. We pray that the Lord brings judgment to this place, alright? We got Jake still in their rioting spirit, you know? Still rioting in the day. Somebody get that about rioting. And you know, ultimately, we only out here for the elect. To be honest, the hell with the rest of you people, the hell with the 2/3, the hell with this world. We're only sending these electronic epistles out for the exhortation and to build up the faith of the believers, man. You see? The hell with the rest of this, the hell with the rest of the world. Because the rest of the world ain't gonna get it. Alright? This is for the elect, man. You other Israelite camps that's trying to build a community and become Israelites in Babylon, the Lord will destroy you with this place. Alright? Somebody go ahead, what you
got? This is 2 Peter 2, starting at verse 12. It says, "But these, as natural root beasts, made to be taken and destroyed."
You know what? Read up a little bit. Or maybe like 1 or 2 verses.
Starting at verse 9. It says, "The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation."
Yeah, the Lord knows how to deliver the godly out of temptation, because what's going to take place is the hour of temptation. All right? So the Lord is going to deliver his elect, his chosen, out of what's going to take place. Okay? By the way of them having faith, them believing, and ultimately them being predestinated. So the Lord knows how to, you know, do what? Read that again.
It says, "The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation."
Yeah, it's going to be hard situations, difficult straits going on, and the Lord is already going to have it a pre-escape for the elect. All right? There's going to be doors that's already open for the elect to walk through in these last days. You know? Go ahead.
It says, "And to reserve the unjust to the day of judgment to be punished."
See? And you know how to reserve. It's like if you call in to a restaurant and I want reservations for 2 at 3 p.m. or 8 p.m., right? And they have to reserve that seat for you. Well, the Lord has a reserved destruction for the wicked. All right? real quick, somebody get that in, it says when he leaned on his hand, he flee from the bear, and then he leaned on his hand and the serpent bit him. See, you may escape. The Lord may not want you to die from the pestilence. He may have you escape the civil unrest. He may have you escape the concentration camps. You may not get caught. But at the end of it, he'll have you get hit with the missile. So he knows how to reserve the ungodly. He knows how to reserve the wicked for judgment. Somebody got it? Go ahead.
It's Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
Yeah, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. What end is it for you? Because you got Jake, even Israelites, who speaks about the Bible, speaks about the Lord and the second return and this is the end of the world, etc. Right?
Okay.
You know? But what end is it for you? See, that's the big question. When the Lord returns, what is going to be your destiny? You know? Go ahead.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
See, the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. All right? Meaning it ain't going to be no smiles and suckers and white Jesus floating in the sky, you know, just delivering everybody. It's going to be darkness, man. And part of that darkness is going to come with the chariot actually covering the skies. See? Part of that darkness is going to be the missiles covering these skies, man. All right?
It's going to be like that movie 300 when they shot the arrows.
Yeah.
And they blotted out the sun.
He said, I'm going to fight the shade. You know? So it's going to be darkness, man. It's going to be it's going to be bad. See? And this is the purpose of us out here, is really to warn you from that sword. Warn you from the destruction. You know? Go ahead.
It says, as if a man did flee from a lion,
Right.
and a bear met him.
As a man flee from a lion and the bear met him. So you may have escaped the pestilence, but then you got caught up in the race riots. You see? Or you may not have got caught up in the race riots for some odd reason. You know, you escaped that. And then you turn around and you got ate by a goddamn
Why is it every time, every example you're saying, I'm saying it right before?
yeah, you make it, you know, eaten by a stray dog or a beast. Remember, the Lord said in the Apocrypha how the beast is going to leave their habitat. So the Lord knows how to reserve the wicked for judgment, man. Remember the TV show going back in the early 2000s, 100 Ways to Die? So the Lord can put 1,000 ways to die. The Lord can preserve. He got a designated death for a lot of you people, man, that think this is a joke. Go ahead. I think it's some more than that.
Yeah. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
Yep.
And so it's gonna be like a relief. You know,
Yeah.
you run from one thing,
Yeah.
and it's like you leaning on the wall, like,
Woo-hoo.
good Lord have mercy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And then a serpent bite you, man.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna get judged according to their deeds on earth. Ain't nobody escaping. That's the point. Nobody's escaping the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Do you niggas, spick, sweat, battery, drunken Indians, right? Tontos, y'all celebrating this demonic ass holiday. We've been telling y'all about these pagan holidays, man. We ain't telling you niggas this shit no more. For the newcomers, we bring out the origin, Hallows Eve, and,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Sam Hain, it goes back into sacrifice.
Witch's Sabbath,
The Witch's Sabbath, you know. We'll give you the origin of it. Sam Hain, go look up Sam Hain. You're gonna find out where Halloween actually came from. You know, it's a demonic pagan day, Hallows Eve, right? But for the rest of you people, we ain't finna be. Go ahead and wear that goddamn Chucky outfit, man. You know?
I don't argue with that.
And you know what? You got Jake even annoyed at the fact that it's like, damn, why you, okay, even it's all demonic, but if Jake was saying, like, damn, bitch, why you gotta have a thong on for Halloween? You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta, he was like, when the fuck did Jason have on booty shorts? You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch got a Jason mask showing her titties and ass. Like, god damn, like, y'all gotta pervert everything, even though
it's
Halloween
already
is perverted. But it's like, damn, y'all just, the point is y'all going in deeper and deeper wickedness. Yeah, iniquity. Sin laden upon sin. Now bitches is just ass naked, you know?
Well, yeah, like we seen, well, you know, we was inside of the wine store and we seen, I turned the aisle and I seen a chick bent over, man, picking up something, man. I was thinking, who was with this? One of the brothers. But yeah, man, she was pretty much naked, man, with a little tutu on, man, with 2 bottles of wine in her hand, looking at us crazy, like, why y'all looking?
This is a time to be freaks. This is a time to be freaks. Debauchery, right? Lewd, you know, whores, adultery. That's what this shit is about, man. You know?
Yeah, when they call it second place, like liberty. You know, that's what you're liberated to do.
Right,
liberated
right.
to be wicked and evil. You know?
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 22, and verse 11, and it reads, "He that is unjust, let him be unjust still."
Yeah, the hell. So really, fuck y'all. Just like I did a lesson piggybacking off of Elder Menashe about the dude who said, you know, the Israelites, they don't even back in the day they used to harass people, but now, you know, we walk past them and they don't really say nothing anymore. Yeah, because fuck you people, man. You see, now you should be scared. You should be scared when the prophets do that.
You remember that video? It was the elder Menashe highlighted it, but it was a guy on TikTok. He was like, "Oh, these Hebrew Israelites are learning."
No, that's the video I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's the video I'm talking about.
I'm like, look, ain't nobody finna warn y'all no more, man.
Yeah, this is only for the elect, man. The doors is closing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this is when you should actually fear. See? Read that again.
Con, book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 11. "He that is unjust, let him be unjust still.
Uh-huh.
And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still."
So we don't need to go into the hood. We don't need to go to the black community. All right? We ain't trying to wake up you fucking niggas, man. And to be quite frank, we can't wake you up. It's the Lord.
Yeah, exactly.
He said, Apollos have watered, I have planted,
But
but the Lord giveth the increase, man. See? Meaning the Lord actually makes that seed grow. Okay? You got something?
It says, "And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still."
So we're just giving this message to the elect. And that's what the electronic epistles, that's what the epistles was that Paul and the apostles were sending. They were sending it to churches that believed, and they were just correcting the things that they were going off on and exhorting to. Salute to this brother, salute to that brother, take heed to this brother. Hey, this sister was doing a good deed, etc., etc. But hey, watch them or mark them that's causing division in the camp. These was letters sent out to the churches, not the fucking world, man. So we don't care about what's happening with you people, man. It was a time when we were zealous and we wanted to tell everything, but now, fuck y'all. Go ahead, Al.
It says, "And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
Yep.
And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as as his work shall be."
Every man according to as his work shall be. So if you, when Yahweh shall return, you're found doing the work, those are the righteous. He's coming with that reward, which is the crown. Eternal life. Okay? Got something? I get called, okay.
Real quick, just to man back up the point, it's only for the elect. The Lord got to draw you himself. It says John 6:44. "No man can come to me So like, no man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him.
Hey, can somebody check my channel? Salaki, the brother said that it's skipping. The water. Is it still skipping, bro? It's still skipping?
And you notice the principalities is going hard. It's going hard.
It's safe, bro. Buffer.
That might be my fault.
No, he said it's always on here too.
Oh, yeah, no. Keep like,
Yeah, no, I'm cutting off my hotspot from this phone. It says buffer. It's safe, man. I got good data. I got a new phone, a new network, man.
With an iPhone,
Yeah.
5G.
But I went live twice today on the phone, and it ain't doing fucking up. Well, we in the element, so go ahead. We just keep going.
Yeah, I got some.
John 6 and 44.
Yes.
No man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him.
That's it. No man can come into the Lord unless the Lord is Yahweh. He gives that to his son, and they get drawn. Read that again.
It says John 6 and 44. No man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him.
See? So you have to be handpicked by Yahweh. And when Yahweh Shai comes down and he gives that word, that what brings that fish. You know, that net being casted out, you know, and the fish gets caught up in it. That's the elect.
Yeah, I was shy. He said my father gave them to me.
Right.
That's like those sleeper cells. It's like first you have to be chosen, right, or like handpicked, and then you have to be programmed.
You got to program, yep.
Like before you can like later on be given that trigger word or whatever.
Just like off of that movie. What's the movie? We watched it so many times. Manchurian Candidate. I was just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I was literally
I
just
look
thinking
that
about
way.
it.
I'm like,
I was literally just thinking about it.
Papa boned it.
Pull up on it. Yeah, yep. The movie Manchurian Candidate, he picked up the phone and she said his name and he said hello. And then she said his name again and then she said something extra. And then it like woke him up until, you know, it was MK Ultra.
Yeah.
Somebody give stir up your pure mind by the word of remembrance. See, the Lord has us on MK Ultra on the right hand side. He mind controls us. You know? Remember he said he ordained us to be a prophet.
yeah.
So he already in the spirit world gave the prophets their lot, what they were going to do on earth, and then sent them down, and they're carrying it out. It just has to be a spark, you know, a spark to wake us up. Whether you heard Deuteronomy 28:68, whether you've seen a sign, whether you've seen the prophets on the highways and hedges, you know, whether you heard the brothers off of the YouTube, and something that was in you ignited. That fire actually is a fire that was in you ignited. You know, you got it?
Got it. This book is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 1, and it reads, "This second epistle, beloved, I know, it's like I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance."
Stirred up your pure mind by the way of remembrance. So you have to hear certain precepts and breakdowns that are basically, look up the word stir. It should mean arouse. You get aroused up or quickened.
It says, arise, awake, raise, stir up. It says, awaken, arouse from sleep.
That's it. Once upon a time we were asleep. You know, we was with the rest of the darkness. You know? And then the Lord woke us up out of that matrix. That's what the matrix is about. See? When Neo finally, when Neo woke up, right? He seen everybody in those sleeping chambers. and he had detached from the matrix. You know, that's what we did. Well, that's what Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai did for us. They detached us from the ways of this world. All right.
Another definition that says to render active.
To render active.
It was activated.
Activated. Now we're on active duty.
Yeah.
This is active duty. You know? You got something?
I got something.
Go ahead.
This is 1 Peter 4 and 18.
Oh, somebody go back to that second Peter 2. We spoke about the 2 and 10.
1 Peter 4 and 17. It says, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?" Yeah, because even you have the righteous are scarcely saved. Meaning they come close to death.
Yeah.
But how much more these people that don't believe, you know, they're gonna be like the brother said, they're gonna be reserved for judgment.
Yeah. It's a special judgment for a lot of you people, man. It's a special judgment for a lot of you that's claiming to be Israelites. You know? 'Cause y'all be partaking in this folly and shit on the low, man. Y'all niggas be taking part of the folly, man. You got them jakes back in this ancient world who secretly was worshiping Talmuds, going underneath the groves. So a lot of you jakes, man, the Lord gonna find y'all niggas out, man. All right? Yeah. Partaking in this. What I mean by partaking, don't be, indulging with the world when these activities going on, man. Either you doing a lesson at work with the brotherhood. Don't be out here in these fucking streets, man. All right, I'm saying that through the spirit, man. All right? Go ahead.
Ain't shit out.
Ain't nothing out here, man. Go ahead,
It says, "Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit the keeping of their souls to Him in well-doing, as unto a faithful Creator." Yep. So keeping our souls and unto well-doing. Yeah, you just made that point. We're supposed to be focused on really just be locked in, man. So you won't be in a line of fire. You know.
It's their lock-in season, man. Yeah. It truly is. Go ahead. We got something. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 28. "There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes."
Yeah, the spirits created for vengeance. All right? And those spirits can come in the form of animals. Those spirits can come in the form of pestilences. They can come in the form of tsunamis, tornadoes, earthquakes. Right? They can come in the form of anything that the Lord can use as a tool to put you to death. The spirits created for vengeance. All right? Go ahead.
It says, "Which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of Him that made them."
Yeah, so the angels can tap into the minds of an animal or a beast, a person, to give out judgment. You know? Can make somebody just switch turn off and crash into a motherfucker while they walking.
Oh, this happens all the time.
Motherfucker could be at one of these little freak off parties, and slip and fall out a window.
Off the balcony.
Off the balcony. Motherfucker can slip on some baby oil and fall out a window. He ain't gonna make it fresh out of 3. Go ahead.
God. It says, verse 29, "Fire and hail,
Yep.
and famine and death."
So a spirit is famine. So when the crops get burned up and there's no food. That's a spirit behind that. That's a spirit. You know? Damn.
It says, "In death, all these were created for vengeance."
See? And that's what the Lord has out here, man. I read it earlier, Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter. That roll, that book is filled with lamentation, mourning, and woe. That's the last 2 verses in Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter. All right? A lot of misery, a lot of calamity. That's really all this place has left. You see? Wait until we got a week, man. We got a week. November 5th, I believe it's a Friday. I think it's Saturday to Sunday. What is it? I think it's November 5th is like next week, Sunday or something like that, right? November 1st.
Tuesday, November 5th.
Tuesday, November 5th?
Yeah, you know they always have elections on Tuesday.
Okay. I thought it was Sunday. But regardless, we close. So things can pop off. God can bring all type of judgment, man. And that's what we're praying for, man. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 30, it says, "Teeth of wild beasts," like you mentioned earlier, "and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction."
So that's all that's coming for you people, man. So why care for the world? Why care for the world, man? Because those that are in the world are going to get judged. All right? Those that's in the world are going to get judged off of their actions. And the Israelites' actions are totally contrary to Yahweh Shema Shai, man. That's why Yahweh Shai said, "Let the dead bury the dead," man. You know, all those movies, the zombies, and these are actually the people that we come across every day. Your neighbor's gonna die. Your co-worker, right, will get put to death. Your mother, your father, your auntie, your uncle. You know, all those that don't believe in His word is gonna they're destined for destruction, man. Ain't no waking these people up. Ain't no waking Jacob. Jacob's far gone, man. Especially the women. The women are far, far gone, man. Ain't no waking these motherfuckers up, man. So the Lord has reserved a certain judgment. And as a job of a prophet, somebody hold Ezekiel 33:1 real quick. A prophet is also known as a watchman, okay? Ezekiel 33:1. Go ahead.
Book of Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 1. "Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people."
And that's what we're doing. We're blowing the trumpet and we're warning that a judgment is coming. See? That's what Malachi, the 4th chapter, spoke about on how Elijah had to come before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. So that was the beginning stages of the prophets resurfacing on earth before the judgment day. Okay? So it said if you get a man of the coast and you put him as a watchman, go ahead.
It says, "Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head."
See, and the sword is coming. Esau is coming. Revelation, the 12th chapter, the 12th verse. He coming with great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time. See? The Lord, Psalms, King David prayed that the Lord will protect us, will protect him from the sword. You see? He said, "Who?" And the sword is the Lord's. Somebody get that real quick. Psalms 17 and 13. It says, "Who is thy sword?"
I got it right here.
ahead, huh?
Psalm 17, verse 13. It says, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him. Cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword."
See, so the wicked is the Lord's sword. So the Lord is controlling the wicked to place out these judgments. That's another form of the spirit. No spirit is created for vengeance. The Lord put the spirit on this devil to bring massive judgment out here. All right? He's having a generated famine. You see? He's controlling the weather through the harp, through weather manipulation. Right? So he's bringing in the tornadoes, the fires, the famines. See? It's all going back to Yahweh Shema Shiloh. But that's what we're warning you on. We're warning you that this judgment is coming. That's what a watchman is for. We're watchmen that was set up. Beginning of our apostles of great millstone. All right, and those that believe in this doctrine. Yes, GMS doctrine. Right? If you don't believe in GMS doctrine, you ain't gonna make it. And we can boldly say that. Because GMS doctrine is the foundation of it is built off prophecy.
It's the Lord's doctrine.
That's it. It's coming from the Lord.
Yeah.
It's built off prophecy.
Yeah, that's Revelation 19 and 10. The spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy.
It's the spirit of prophecy, man.
That's how you determine who has the spirit of the Lord. You know, that they come up with prophecy.
Yep. Go ahead. There's some more on that. Ezekiel 33.
Ezekiel 33 and verse 5. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
See? And that's the elect. And I'm gonna make this my mantra. As the scriptures say, he that have an ear, let him hear. I'm gonna keep saying it. Those are those that can receive this truth. Okay? Those that can receive this truth, those are the ones that's gonna take warning. They're gonna take heed to that message. You got it out. There's some more. Yep, there's some more there.
Verse 6. It says, "But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, and he is taken away in his iniquity," it's like he is taken away in his iniquity, "but his blood will I require at the watchman's hands."
Yep. So, and I brought this out earlier, right? We want the blood off of our hands. See?
It's blood, what they call blood guilt. Guiltless.
Blood
deals-
guiltless.
Yeah, the Lord deals in that. Every man has to look out for his neighbor.
Yeah.
The Lord is heavy on you. That's why if you speaking the wrong message, or you bringing the wrong message, man, that's gonna be on your head. That's no joke.
That's going against when you see the Lord asked him, where was your brother? He said, "Am I my brother's keeper?"
Right. Yeah.
You see?
Sure did. Cain.
You're supposed to be your brother's keeper. That's actually the fulfillment of the law.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Being your brother's keeper.
Yeah.
So if you're an Israelite and you claiming to be an Israelite and you teaching, you're supposed to be your brother's keeper on giving him that message.
And it's your duty to study to show thyself approved.
Right.
To know the scriptures accurately.
Yep.
You know, so that it says so that they may run and read it.
Yeah, he
Make
didn't.
it plain upon tables.
Yes, it says, "Be ready to give an answer."
Perfect.
Yeah, when he
Amen.
reads-
Perfect.
Roughly paraphrase.
Yeah, somebody get what was that? Matthew the 5th chapter where it speaks about the light on the hill.
Oh yeah, that it can't be found.
I got a quick one too.
Yep,
real
you got it.
quick. And this from the Apostle Paul. 1 Corinthians 9 and 16 says, "For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of. For necessity is laid upon me. Yea, woe is me if I preach not the gospel."
Perfect. See? Woe is me if I preach not the gospel. You see? So, man, that's heavy. That blood guilt.
Yeah.
You're going to be guilty, man. Because you didn't get that message. And that's a terrible feeling. You know? When you know you was the cause of something, you're like, damn. You know? Yeah, yeah.
Well, you got people in real life when somebody died and they feel like they didn't do all they could.
Yeah, and that'll fuck them up for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
That thought will fuck them up. You know? It's like you know, you could have, told your wife or your husband or your child, hey, go to the store for me, for whatever. And then they go to the store and it's a shootout and you get killed. And in your mind, this whole for years is, I told him to go to the store. You feel guilty for that. That'll fuck your mind up. But see, these niggas is wicked. They don't even feel guilty of not giving the fucking truth. Not the fucking truth, like it, but not giving the truth, man. I know I'm calling a lot of truth, but it's a lot popping in my head. But I'm just trying to get them. They shut up the kingdom of heaven. Yeah. And then Ezekiel 13, Ezekiel 13 and 4.
Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 8, and it reads, For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? And that's going to the point he was making about these other camps, right?
Yeah.
Not giving 100% doctrine. But hey, if you're not singing this song correctly, right? You're blowing that trumpet, you're making an uncertain sound.
Yeah.
You know?
It's saying in Numbers 10 that they had to blow the horn with the trumpet. Blowing the horn with the trumpet was to let them know that there's an enemy coming. That's Numbers 10th chapter. Okay? Good?
Yeah, you've seen that message already, right?
Yes.
Go. I got that message.
Just stick with stay on that. Go ahead.
Matthew 5:14, it says,
down,
Ye are the light of the world, a city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Yeah, and the Lord, this truth is what gives us his light. You know, Isaiah 16:1, rise, shine, for thy light is come.
Yep.
That light is the truth, the understanding, and it's shining in the darkness. So we're supposed to, bring that light. It says, neither do men, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and give it light unto all that are in the house. So you're supposed to give this light, this truth, this understanding to all of the Israelites, man. All right? They're supposed to understand what the Lord has said. You know, the deep understanding, the breakdowns and all of that, man. And they're supposed to know it accurately. You know? So what? So they can prepare themselves for the day of the Lord, man. That's right. And do all they can to withstand the fiery darts of Satan, all the obstacles that's set up for them to fail.
Yeah.
But Israel, you got niggas putting the stumbling blocks in front of Israel.
Yep. And that's against the law.
Yeah, exactly.
See, y'all talk about the laws, the statutes, the commandments, and y'all not actually fulfilling the law. The law is about being that brother and warning your brother. That's fulfilling the duty of the law. That brotherly love. Brotherly love is warning them.
So like the scripture says, remember the Lord told Peter 3 times.
Yep.
You know?
Feed my lamb.
If you love me, feed my sheep.
He got vexed. He was like,
yeah, I know I love you.
right, yeah, Lord, I love you. But you don't love him unless you what? Feed his sheep.
You don't love the Lord unless you. Love is an act of the goddamn nigga on me. I ain't love shit.
Right.
What the hell is shit? I love you. You don't love. You ain't said that. I ain't gotta say it back. We cussing you out as love. Right? The action is love, man. So if you love your how about Shimon Al-Shai, you feed the sheep.
Right.
That's your job. That's your job. Your job is to feed the sheep. We ain't supposed to do nothing else but feed the sheep. That's what a shepherd actually take care of the flock. And just so happened the Lord put us in this position to do it.
precept.
Go ahead.
Now this is concerning the false prophets. It says Ezekiel 13, starting at verse 4, it says, O Israel.
Start from what?
God. Ezekiel 13, verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesied.
See, so another part of this occupation is you got to prophesy against the false prophets. You know? In the midst of giving Jake the word, you got to stop what you're doing and rebuke those that say that they're men of the Lord. Prophesy against the false prophets. And it's always been a battle between the true prophets and the false prophets. So when you niggas say, can we all get along and we all come together, ain't no coming together because you got niggas that's going off on the scriptures.
You always bringing the brother down. You are looking to bring somebody down.
Y'all bitch asses up.
Did y'all see that video with that old guy that was in the car? He was like an old Jake. He was like, man, enough is enough. We gotta come together. Did y'all see that video?
Yeah.
He was like, he didn't bring out one precept, but he was sitting there like, oh, let's go, all the camps, we gotta come together. We
Fuck
gotta.
out of here, man. That's why the scripture said you should know them by their fruits. That's why the scripture say in what is it, the 4th chapter, the 1st verse, it say, try the spirit by the spirit, see if they are the most high. If you ain't bringing no precepts, man, you go kick rocks with no shoes on. Alright? If you ain't bringing no precepts to substantiate
Yeah, right.
your claim, you know what I'm saying? Man, shut the fuck up.
Right. Well, the scripture said they speak out according to his word because there's no light in them.
Yeah.
So, you know, they ain't got no light. What's the point of talking to them? And concerning the false prophets, the scripture also say, mark them was caused division.
That's it.
And to mark is what in the Greeks, judeo, meaning to examine, to look upon.
Scopeo.
Yes, scopeo. Yes,
Scopeo.
Yes.
That's one mind, one body. It's scopeo.
Put
Put a scope. That's it. To watch clear.
Yeah.
I got my own, you niggas.
You gotta watch out.
You know?
But what the Lord has always been in the and then that's how you know these dudes don't study and they don't examine the scripture, because even in the ancient world, when Israel was, he was fresh as a nation, that was one of the principles. Those were the main principles. You couldn't have one person going off because that would threaten the whole camaraderie. That would threaten the whole nucleus of the nation.
That's why the scripture says, now remember, if a son, I just say some fucked up shit, right? This little niggalet, he killed his mother, father, sister, brother, and shot his other brother because he couldn't spend the night with his girlfriend, how some dumb, goofy, cornball ass shit.
Now
You know? And before this happened, you know this nigga was a problem child. There was always signs that this nigga, he was a little nigga. He ain't just one day, I can't go to my girlfriend's house and get shooting. He was already being disrespectful. He was already a nigga, right? But before that nigga got old enough to be a demon, right? He was supposed to get stoned, brought in front of the congregation and stoned. My point is, it says that this would take away folly in Israel.
Yeah, there you go.
You see? You got to take away the folly. And this was, examples was made. And it was, remember, the stoning was public.
Yeah.
The stoning was public. So the point of Jake can see that shit.
It's harsh. And that stuff will fuck your mind up. Seeing your loved one get stoned, get burned. That now the hard on crime. Now they say hard on crime, but in the ancient world, shit, that would rarely happen.
But Jake was with it, and when it was righteous.
Yeah.
He was like, hell yeah, stone that little bastard.
Yeah.
And the mother, I believe the father had to pick up the first stone.
Yeah.
And he had to launch that bitch first. Wait.
Yeah, throw the first pitch.
Yeah, the first pitch.
Hey.
Yeah, I'd rather take your ass out. Yeah.
Yeah, but the point is taking away folly from his.
So
right?
in the ancient world, there was the lack thereof. So those crimes were like rare because the punishment was so harsh.
Yeah. Say rebuke before all that others may fear.
That's it.
You know?
That's it.
Yeah, that was the real apportion. I would say it. Apportion.
Right.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have, we would have noticed right off, okay, that, you know, especially in the ancient world, if you going off, we would know, because Jake was in the spirit more.
Yeah.
You know, because we had, this was, you know, the scriptures was everything. Our culture was centered around the scriptures.
Yep.
So Jake would know if Jake was going off, and you couldn't really, you ain't had no wiggle room to be too wicked, you know?
But, you know, Jake found a way to be wicked again, you know. But the point is, you gotta warn. You know, you gotta, hey, you going off. You see?
Yeah.
And you got Israelites that's not warning. They're not prophesying the dangers to come. So you ultimately don't love your brother. You know?
Oh, yeah, it's going.
Yep, you got it.
Back in Ezekiel 13:2, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear ye the word of the Lord Yahweh.
Yep.
Thus the Lord God, woe, thus saith the Lord power, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirits and have seen nothing.
Yep, and that's talking about you false leaders out there. Y'all found out for your own spirit, meaning y'all own fleshly desires. The battle, the debating, the Israelites global, where we're hitting all four corners of the earth and planes and all that shit. The community, you know, all that. It ain't. The Lord didn't tell you to do that, man. Y'all doing that on your own. Connecting with other various groups, doing podcastings and linking yourselves up with niggas. You know, Captain Zariak, you know, he didn't link back with Whack 100 after they was talking shit about one another. After he was calling them bitch and all this shit, and I'll get my niggas to get on you niggas if y'all do this and blah blah. But you back with them niggas, man. Y'all niggas is weird. Y'all grown ass men.
Yeah, no judgment.
No discernment, no judgment. And it's all and it's really because y'all just trying to gain a one-up on one another and followers and money.
It's all vanity.
It's all vanity, man. All that shit is vanity. See, and this is why the true prophets always came against the false prophets. You got it.
It says, verse 4, O Israel, thy prophets are like foxes in the desert.
Sneaky, sly, deviant. Go ahead.
Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord.
And that's what this ultimately is about, giving that knowledge and understanding, right? Giving the knowledge and understanding so you can be able to have that sound mind in the day of judgment. Have that sound mind from all the calamities that's going to take place. You have to be prepared spiritually and mentally for what's going to take place, man. And if you don't know what Jacob's trouble consists of, you don't know what the mark of the beast is, you don't know about World War III and the destruction of Babylon, you're going to be out of sight, out of mind, and your focus is going to be to everything else except for the Lord's return. This is why the Lord says he will come as a thief in the night.
Yeah. And then 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, goes into how the elect is not going to be caught unawares.
Right.
And caught in this. Because you can easily be unawares and caught off guard.
Yeah.
You know? That's what's going to happen to a lot of Israelites. Because they're going to be so caught up in their lives.
Yep.
And not in this ministry, the service of the Lord.
Yeah, they're not going to be willing to forsake their lives. That's why the scripture say, he that loveth his life shall lose it. He that loses his life for my sake shall find it. And right now, that's what we're essentially doing. You know, we're losing our life, our opportunities in this world for better. You know.
Yeah, I just did a lesson last night. He that cometh not after me and taketh up his cross.
Yeah.
All right, is not worthy of me.
Yeah,
He cannot
man.
be his servant. You go into that word cross. That's dealing with your sacrifice, self-denial.
Yep.
You know, just you being spiritually dead. You're mortifying the deeds of your flesh.
Yep.
Would you finish?
Well, it's more of a
No, go ahead, finish. And then I'll bring this up.
It says, verse 6, they have seen vanity and lying divinations, saying the Lord saith, and the Lord have not sent them.
Yeah, man. And that's very destructive. You know, you saying that this is what a house of the Lord is, and you're getting Jake to follow you, and you ain't telling them nothing about the message of Yahweh Shem Shai. You going back to that Matthew, you're hiding it, the candle under the bushel. You're being PC. You're covering up the judgment to come because you're not warning. You know.
Yeah, and that ain't gonna work out for nobody because what it is that they filling their own bellies off of the followers that they have. That's you're gonna destroy the whole house.
Yep.
It says, and they have made others to hope that they will confirm the word.
Damn. Yeah.
See, y'all in trouble.
That was right. That's right, brother.
Y'all in trouble because you got people actually now. The Lord ultimately didn't choose you, but you got so-called, and that's scary in itself. You got people that sincerely trying to find the truth, and they thinking that these dudes have it, and they gonna end up getting destroyed because of them not wanting. But the Lord, 2 birds with 1 stone, He didn't want you from the jump, and that's scary.
But he's still gonna require that blood. Lower cold, man.
That's impersonating. It's like these false prophets. They're impersonating actual prophets. Even Esau got laws against that. You can't impersonate an officer.
Yeah, you can't impersonate somebody.
That's one of the biggest crimes.
Man,
Right?
yeah.
Bro.
Yep. That's why, it's a precept in Ezekiel where it says that he's not gonna, he ain't gonna want to be a prophet anymore.
Oh, yeah. Like,
He said, I'm a husbandman.
No, I don't remember.
Damn.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't remember.
But I'm trying to
I used to can remember a lot of precepts and stuff. I can't. It's like, God damn, my mind.
I'm not used to do better looking.
Oh, Zechariah 13.
Zechariah 13, go to it.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 13, and verse, I'm going to start at 4. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the prophet shall be ashamed, every one of his vision, when he hath prophesied. Neither shall they wear a rough garment to deceive.
See, yeah, so he gonna take that garment off. When hell break loose, you gonna have leaders. Just they gonna flee.
Like Harlem's, yeah.
That's what well, priest, a cop, right? Self-proclaimed priest. You ain't no cop, J. Reed. But self-proclaimed priest, Hakam. He said, I'm glad that I can get off the metaverse and I ain't gotta think about this shit. You know? I got a real life.
Yeah.
See? You got a real life in the streets. With a wife and I don't think he said wife, but I think he said a family. He said, "Why? Okay, with a wife, a family, and he got pull up in something sick in the driveway. He gonna be one of them dudes that's gonna take off their garment like, yeah, that wasn't me. I wasn't prophesying. See, y'all in the book. Go ahead.
Man.
Zechariah 13 and 5, it says, but he shall say, I am no prophet. I am an husbandman.
See?
For man taught me to keep cattle from my youth. Can I read it in NLT?
Go ahead.
Zechariah 13 and 4, New Living Translation.
Lawyer style.
It says, on that day, people will be ashamed to claim the prophetic gift. No one will pretend to be a prophet by wearing prophet's clothes.
They gonna take their garment off. They gonna, act like they ain't never said a thing.
Like they're gonna be like how Peter was when he
beard.
denied the Lord. Like I wasn't with him. What you talking about?
I do not know this man.
They gonna get offended.
Yep.
Verse 5, he will say, I'm no
Even
prophet.
though that was set up because if he would have got bold and be like, yeah, I was with the Lord, then he was supposed to be the head of the church. So the Lord set that up to the spirit, but still the point is he gonna deny. Go ahead.
Verse 5, he will say, I'm no prophet. I'm a farmer. I began working for a farmer as a boy.
They go cop a plea.
Like an Israelite.
I've been a lawyer since college.
You know.
I'm
So
a
Jake,
Roman 60.
when things get
So like,
when things get ugly out here, right? You're gonna have a flock of people looking for you for answers, and you ain't gonna have none. And you're gonna bitch up, you're gonna be scared. That's why you dudes that think this Israelite thing is just something to just do. You just put on a garment. And you know what? What I noticed, don't nobody wear garments.
T-shirt.
All you dudes, even IUIC, y'all wearing t-shirts with fringes on it. A lot of you guys don't even wear garments, man. Like, look,
That's a good, yeah.
go look at these dudes.
Observation.
None of them wear garments. Everybody's wearing t-shirts. Now they made, you know, Nate and them, they wear their garment when they all gathered up together to do a motherfucking Million Man March and shit. But when they teach it on the highways and byways, they got on shirts, man, with fringes on it. I don't see no kids honestly wearing garments. And that's a new thing. It wasn't like that before. Back 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, it wasn't like that. You niggas is switching the truth into your own fashionable fleshly desires, man. Go ahead, bro. Yep, you got it.
Mark the 8th chapter, the 38th verse, in the red letter. This is Yahweh's words. It says, "Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels." When Yahweh returns, everyone that's ashamed to proclaim the gospel. When you read, I think we just read it in Ezekiel, those that are ashamed to claim the prophetic gift, the gift of prophecy, afraid to proclaim that Yahweh Shai is coming to destroy America, or that he's a so-called black man.
So,
you know,
so Yahweh Shai being that mediator, right? Being a mediator for us, he's in the ear of Yahweh. Yahweh Shai has the ear.
Yeah.
I mean, Yahweh has the ear for Yahweh Shai, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
He has the ear for him. So meaning he's going to listen to him.
Well, yeah, you said it right the first time.
Yeah.
Outside got the Lord's ear.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai has the Lord's ear. So, yep, he was doing the work. He kept the name. He stood so stiffly. That nigga wasn't going out. He wasn't doing the work. He was on vacation.
He was ashamed.
He was ashamed. Who was ashamed? He was ashamed, right? He was ashamed. He didn't want to speak about prophecy. He didn't want to speak about destruction. He got offended at the persecution. You know?
He got offended at the gifts and the promises of the kingdom.
Yep.
He said you can only have one wife.
Yep. Hey, that's going off on a doctrine.
Yeah. Yep.
So Yahweh Shai has the ear of Yahweh. So if you offended in this thing, hey man, the Lord is telling you, hey, that dude, he ain't right. Remember, he's the mediator. He's the between man.
And when
Read that again.
Mark chapter 8, verse 38. It says, "Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels."
See, he coming in the glory of his Father. See? So if you're ashamed, there's various precepts where it says the words of Yahweh, it says the words of Yahweh Shai, but guess what? Yahweh gave Yahweh Shai the word. So ultimately you ashamed of Yahweh's word.
yeah. The word of him that sent.
Yep, the word of him that sent me. This is his word. These ain't my words, these are his words. He told me to tell y'all this. And you got a problem with it.
So when he show up with that power and that glory,
The Lord. So you powerful big man.
he said, what, turn away from me? I know you're not.
Yep. We got a couple more.
is on. This is real quick. This book of St. Matthew, chapter 11 and verse 6, and it reads.
Hey, somebody check my channel again.
That's when you. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was
Should I start? St. Matthew chapter 11 and verse 6, and it reads, and blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. You go into that word offended, all right? It's the Greek word, like it says, scandalizo.
Like scandal.
Yeah,
Scandal.
scandalizo, right?
Yep.
God. It says, I'm gonna read the second outline definition here. It says, to entice to sin. It says to cause a person to begin to distrust and to desert one whom he ought to trust and obey.
Damn, so you deserted the Lord. You was offended and you deserted the Lord.
And then you put that doubt in the other.
And,
Right.
and then you put the doubt in the rest of the mind of the people.
That's some people that make those videos on social media and make those interviews saying, I used to be a Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah.
You know? But
Y'all in trouble.
those guys kept me away from my family and
Y'all
shit.
in
You
trouble.
remember all of that?
Y'all in trouble.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
Y'all in trouble. So you deserted the Lord.
Yeah.
You deserted the Lord. You didn't want no parts of the Lord. You got offended. And the Lord telling you, look, like He's telling you that these things is gonna happen. You're gonna get persecuted for my name's sake, but you gonna have everlasting life. He's telling you this is gonna happen, but you gotta endure that shit so you can get life.
Yeah, and then, he said for those who, the requirement is if you come to serve the Lord, you must hate your family.
Yeah.
You must hate your wife, your children.
And he's just pushing, he's just really just pushing aside, like
love less.
Yeah,
Scripture
this
says
is
love
more
less.
important. Man.
Isn't this a part of suffering death so that we can experience it?
That's it.
Yeah, that's
You're suffering, to experience life.
yeah. And Scripture says those that die in our child shall live.
That's it.
Live unto life everlasting.
That dying is really the old man and the cares of this world. That's what's dying off. The flesh, the mortal thought, all that's dying off. Right? And when you die, you be resurrected through your Yahushua. That's what the quickening is about.
Yeah, and it's the promise. And the Lord said He's not one that He should lie.
That's it. So
My
you
Father
got-
has many mansions. If He didn't, I wouldn't have told you.
You gotta believe it.
Yeah,
This whole truth is centered around the faith.
yeah.
And all men don't have faith. Hebrews the 4th chapter.
Yeah, Scripture says.
You see? They heard the word, right, like everybody
But it
else.
wasn't mingled. Yeah.
But it wasn't mingled with faith. You gotta have the faith for this thing. You gotta have the faith where, all right, it says that you're gonna go through persecution, betrayal, maybe beheaded, maybe put to death. But at the end of all of that, the story continues.
Yeah.
There's life at the end of all of that. You gotta have that faith.
It's a little more.
Okay.
It says, another definition, it says to cause to fall away. It says to be offended in one, i.e., to see in another what I disapprove of and what hinders me from acknowledging his authority.
Yeah, so, yeah, they hinder it.
The fire hinders it, the hell. The cross.
Yeah.
The cross, it hinders you. It hinders you from completing your mission. And it ain't supposed to hinder you. It's supposed to
It's
strengthen you.
really,
Yeah.
It's
propel
supposed to
you.
refine you.
Yeah, that's right. No.
Look, it says to cause one to judge unfavorably or unjustly of another.
That's what I was about to say. To rest in judgment. You're not giving it. You're not saying the right thing when you're supposed to, when it's required of you. Just like the white man. What he say? He said God hates the white man.
Yeah, he said we don't hate the white man, but God hates the white man. Damn, he was ashamed.
Yeah, it's a shame.
He was ashamed to hate Esau.
But how you look, you wanted to look a certain way in front of those cameras. You didn't want your credibility to be taken away.
Yep, because he got the 501c3.
Politically correct.
You got the power.
You don't hate white people, no. But God hates white people.
Well, I'd be tempted to say that shit right in front of their face.
Man.
Probably being politically correct too.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's horrible. And you
That's
look
terrible.
bad. You look bad. Especially in front of the Creator, man.
That's terrible, man.
Jake don't believe
Don't
it.
nobody damn bring that up.
Nope.
But here it is, Captain Zayak talking about how you gonna bash kids and do this and do that and all that, right? But what about what your head said? We don't hate white people, but God hates white people. That don't make sense.
Right.
How are we gonna be in charge of bashing these little bastards, right? These devils, which is rightfully so. You got the right precepts, but your leader said you ain't hate white people, but God hates white people. It's off balance. You know, to do that act, don't you think it's gonna have to have 8 behind that act? You can't love this motherfucker and bash a baby's head into the pieces.
It's hurting me more than it hurts.
It's hurting me more than it hurts you. That don't make sense. But whatever. You know, whatever.
That's why the scripture says, Lord, Yahushua, it's like God is not the author of confusion.
Yeah, because that's just straight confusion. You got something more? Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness
That's it.
before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his
So
labors."
he's supposed to be bold at that point. The righteous supposed to stood up in great boldness. You know, and you're supposed to declare, hey, Esau is the devil. Alright? And he's a so-called white man. And yes, we hate him as our father Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai hates him. In fact, King David, now see that's cool that y'all here in the spirit of the tabernacle of David. David said, I hate them with a perfect hatred. You see? So y'all not the house of David, y'all the house of Saul. You see?
There's a scripture where it says, the fear of the Lord is to love the, it's like
Good.
love the good and hate the evil.
And hate the evil. See? So,
Good. Precept.
yep, you got it. And then one more. You got something? You good?
There's a few verses on here.
Go ahead.
Let's go back to the point what the brother brought out about the definition of offended. Because you got guys that are going to be offended when the persecution comes. It's John 16 and starting at verse 1. These things have I spoken unto you, that ye be not offended. You know, and Yahweh Shai is speaking about the different things that he said will come to pass, will befall us that believe upon him. He said that's why he said, a servant is not greater than his master. That persecute thee, that shall persecute you also. You know, so like Scripture said, we gotta let this mind be in you that was in Yahweh Shai. That for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross.
Like, damn, y'all getting offended, but Yahweh Shai went through worse.
Yeah.
And he stuck to the code. He stuck to the mission.
Spat on. He was whipped.
He kept his integrity.
He had to endure the most heinous punishment
And-
ever known to man.
And those whippings, you had Esau doing a study on those whippings.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
You know
all
they
the
adopted-
blood that was drawn from them, and that's a psychological torment.
Yeah, they said that punishment alone, I think it was like over 1,000 stitches or some shit that he would have had. The guy, I'm talking about big gashes. 2,000.
Even from the piercings in his hand, going into that documentary that you had posted, they pierce him in a certain area.
Yeah.
Keep him from
To
bleeding
keep-
out
Yeah,
too much.
God,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So they can stay up there and suffer longer, man. Yeah.
It says they actually got the punishment from the Phoenicians. The Greeks adopted it right along with the Romans, but the Romans perfected it. So yeah,
So that's what happened to Yahweh Shai, but y'all getting offended at your bitch leader. You getting offended. You getting offended. You getting offended at getting rebuked.
man, I'm a man.
You getting offended because you gotta check in.
Yeah,
You getting offended. Yeah, you getting offended at homework. Practice. You getting offended at little weak ass bitch ass shit.
Can you imagine though? Can you imagine these niggas gave up eternal life because you were bound to correction, and it's one of the requirements for you in the truth. To serve the Lord, you're supposed to be corrected and taught and raised up. Whatever.
Yeah, Everybody gonna be collected though, man.
A lot of you niggas losing y'all crowns over bitches.
Damn.
A lot of y'all losing y'all crown over fucking a box that had already been played with by another man. You offended at getting corrected. That's some weak ass shit, man. All through Peter stayed getting cussed out by Yahushua. Yahushua was on his ass.
Yeah. He said Satan is
He called him Satan.
Yeah, he called him Satan.
And here it is, Peter still fought for Yahushua.
He feared. He feared
That
because,
nigga's weak, man.
yeah, one thing he understood is that the spirit was revealing certain things. You know?
That's why he said, my Father in heaven. He said, flesh and blood never revealed this unto you, my Father in heaven. He said, who do you say? He said, you the anointed.
Yeah, that's the one
You the
I'm thinking
Messiah.
about.
I know who you are.
Yeah, right.
See?
Like without a shadow of a doubt.
Hey, Baba Kushai, get John 6 real quick. I want to keep going on and on and on, but get John 6 and we're going to close out on this. Get John 6 and go to the right, like the verse 63. The point is in 66 on after that. About eating the flesh, drinking the blood. Start from 63. Or if you can find a good spot.
John 6 and 63. It says, red letters, Yahushua's words. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
Woo. So these words in the scriptures, this is life. This is your life. Okay? Go ahead. This is the health.
Verse 64. But there are some of you that believe not. For Yahushua knew from the beginning who they were that believed not and who should betray him.
And remember, he is talking to the congregation of disciples that was amongst them. All right? It's going to tell you. Go ahead.
Verse 65. And he said, therefore said I unto you, that no man can come unto me except it were given unto him of my Father. From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. Then said Yahushua unto the 12, will ye also go away? Then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life.
That's it. You got the words of eternal life. Where we gonna go?
You done took me from the
you know? You can see that's the mindset that we have to adapt. And he didn't have an ear in here as King David.
I can't go back.
See, right? You can't go back.
I can't go back.
For those that can go back into the world,
Yeah.
that's a heavy spirit.
Man.
For doing this for 10 years, 15 years, 3 years, 8 years, 6 years, 7 years, 2. This is a whole realm of, this is different. To leave this to go back into the world, that is a heavy demon.
Yeah, scriptures say that it was better not if
better
they
not.
tasted not.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You got Jake that'll come back. You got Jake that we didn't see smoking cigarettes again. You got Jake that's back in the Baptist church with no beard on. No beard. You know? You got, yep, Jake became sodomites and shit, man. Yep. That's crazy. So if you would get offended at this, but Yahushua said, man, I already knew who was going to betray me from the jump. And it, remember, don't get it twisted. He said many of the disciples. It was his disciples. So it wasn't just the 12. It was a congregation. You know?
Yeah, by the time the Acts was like
120, yep. And by the time of Acts. Go ahead.
Keep going.
Yep.
Verse 69. And we, this is Peter speaking, and we believe and are sure that thou art that anointed, the son of Abanawa Yahweh.
Right. So you got to be sure. You got to be sure that you really believe in this thing, no matter what. Because remember, above that, he spoke about eating the flesh and drinking the blood. And that's one of the reasons why they left. He said, this is a hard saying. Hope should know it. He was talking to a spiritual, though. He was meaning, eating that roll, you're going to have to go through sufferings. You see? Remember, it said when you turn away from evil, it says, what is it? You become a prey. So once you come into this truth, you turn away from evil. That's when that affliction, the persecution, the elements of the world starts to attack you. That's what Yahweh Shah said. Look, you gotta drink eat the flesh and drink the blood. You gotta go through what I went through. And they couldn't understand it. And then the same dudes right now who's getting offended at the rebuke, the correction, maybe losing a job, you know. You gotta get up for camp, you gotta come to class, you gotta turn in your homework, you gotta have a good report. Jake ain't with that shit. Not shit, but Jake ain't with that. Orders.
Yeah, help.
You got guys out here right now, man, and I'll say it. You got dudes don't want to come up under the order because your fucking ego and your goddamn pride. Alright? And if you watch, y'all know who I'm talking about. You know that I'm talking about you. I ain't gonna say no name. Right? When the affiliate call out came about, Jake didn't want to get in order because they fucking pride. You got niggas with pride for no fucking reason.
But then to be talking about, oh, I ain't shit, I ain't even worried.
Jake is a bunch of actors, man. Jake, look, one thing I know about Israelites being in this truth, niggas know how to act.
So it means all of that double honor to the apostle.
It didn't mean nothing. And it don't mean nothing if you don't come up under the order. Jake is a bunch of actors. That's what I learned in this truth. Niggas can act. Crying, drinking, and lying. Niggas can act.
I got a quick precept.
Drinking and lying.
Because
Lying, drinking.
Jake get weary, in doing this too. Galatians 6:9 it says, "Let us not be weary in well doing.
Perfect, bro.
For in due season we shall reap if we faint not."
Woo. Come on, man.
That's what that's all about. It's all about the reward.
It's
Above
about the
everything.
reward, man. Yo, you look, when you meet a bitch, you get the number, you gotta complete the mission. The reward of getting that number is completing the mission. And completing the mission is hitting. I ain't getting your number just to get the number.
I need the home run.
The fuck I'm talking to you for? I don't want to talk to you bitch like that. I just want the box. At the end of the day, you complete the mission. So with this truth, you come into this thing to complete the mission.
Where it says to faint, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. The Greek is eklo. I'm saying that right. But the Greek word for faint in that verse is
Salakia, the phone call interrupted me. The scripture says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning. You see, you gotta complete the mission. That's to get in there with reward. Go ahead.
God, definition for faint in the Strong's report, it says to dissolve, metaphor to weaken, relax, to exhaust, to have one's strength relaxed, to be feeble, to be
Enfeebled.
Yeah,
Enfeebled. Just feeble, weak.
Yeah.
I ain't never been a weak Jew. You don't see a lot of weak Jews in these last days.
But that's the thing, it ain't even turn up all the way, and Jay getting weak over
right.
it. Especially getting weak for a woman, it's like, hey, you gotta look at a woman like a seasonal. You can't turn nothing seasonal to a permanent deal and just Lord
Yeah.
might bring him around just for a good time to get you, you know, what you need for at that moment. But then, you know, you gotta be willing to let that go.
That's it.
And nothing's permanent. Nothing's permanent.
Nothing's
Babylon.
permanent. That's why hoes come and go. Shit.
Next one, next 15, one comes. Yeah. No, but I got a precept. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2, and I start at verse 12, and it reads, it says, "Woe be to fearful hearts." It says, and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways.
Yeah. Right.
And you know what we have a lack of? Is men with integrity.
Yeah.
That's a rare commodity. And we are the last ones that got, we the last
They say
ones.
the last of a dying breed.
Yeah, that's right.
The prophets is the last of a dying breed, man. And we pray and hope that we remain, okay? Because don't get it twisted. As I'm reading these scriptures, I'm praying to the Lord like, hey, Bob Rashad, keep me in it. Okay? Because it is scary to see a man that you once warred with bug out, and his whole spirit is changed over to something else. You know, we've seen it many times, man. Seen it many times. You know, especially with the apostles, right? They've seen many go, many come and go, and now we have entered into this thing, and we've seen many come and go. You brothers have seen many come and go since y'all been around, right? So it is a fearful thing, you know. But one thing I say is there was always examples. There was always warnings. Like, all right, if you keep this up, this is gonna happen, right? And everything, the guys that's been amongst us, hey, if you keep this up, this is what's gonna happen. If you keep this up, this is what's gonna happen. And Jake didn't take heed and kept that bullshit up, and now you don't see Jake.
That's when that judgment comes.
That's when the judgment
when you're
comes.
not listening and taking heed to men that have traveled, that have came before you. All right, because ultimately, look, if you truly believe, then you should know that that's Yahweh Shai speaking through those men,
Right.
warning you, giving you, like, you know, trying to guide you, man. You know, being a shepherd. You know, and that's and like the elder said, every time Jake don't take heed, you know, and we've all been hard-headed, you know, here and there, you know, but every time you don't take heed, man, that's when judgment comes.
They let the flesh win.
Right, that's it. They let the flesh win.
Especially with women, right? Especially with women, man. All right.
She got the Wonder Woman lasso around your spirit.
Yeah, man.
Because guess what? The head ain't that good. The pussy ain't that good. Excuse my language. The box ain't that good, man. All right, and she don't look that good.
And sometimes it do be that good.
Hey, that be them extra.
And you gotta be a man. You gotta be a man. You know? Because that's a succubus. She succubus. Hey. Hey, man, we men, all right? Shit, hey, whatever. All right? But let's go.
God. Back in Sirach chapter 2, verse 13, it says, "Woe unto him that is faint-hearted." With an exclamation mark, too. It says, "For he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended."
So,
That's the one.
okay, now, there's different stages. You ain't gonna be defended first and foremost from them demons, them spirits. You're gonna be wide open. You see? If you ain't doing your due diligence of your how about Shemel Shai, you getting faint-hearted, you ain't studying, you ain't reading, you ain't doing the work of the Lord ain't gonna defend you from them demons. You see? You ain't gonna get defended from them spirits attacking you. But then on another grand scheme level, all right, you ain't gonna be defended when this hell break loose. Now Esau on your ass. You know? So don't get faint-hearted. Don't have weak hands. You gotta pick up the plow. You gotta do the work. That's what this ultimately is about, doing the work, man. Our lives is really consistent of doing this truth, man. Get motherfucking comfortable.
Being uncomfortable.
Get comfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's what Denzel told them in Remember the Titans. When he said, you and you sit together. You and you sit together, because they was bickering, beefing. He said, get comfortable too. Because the same person that have you sitting next to on this bus is gonna be the one who you're gonna be rooming with for the duration of this camp. So guess what? You gotta get comfortable with the uncomfortable. All right? You got it.
It says, verse 14, woe unto you that have lost patience, with an exclamation.
Woe unto you that lost patience, meaning destruction unto you. You see?
Scripture say we have need of patience.
Yeah. This thing is of long suffering, man. This is of long suffering. So you gotta really have that in your mind. Like, damn, I'm going. Hey, I gotta endure. You know. Go ahead.
Yeah, Con, if I may, I was listening to my brother's lesson when I was walking over the camp. And it's like, look, if you truly believe, then you have to understand that in that time, you know, when Esau changed the image and the system of the world, right? You're not going to be able to be a part of it unless you have that charagma, all right?
Yeah.
That RFID seed.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And if you truly want to be in the right spirit, then you have to prepare yourself for that, because you're gonna deny that shit, but you're not gonna be a part of society. So guess what? You might be homeless.
Yep.
You might you know, eating here and there. You know, everybody's not gonna like you. You know, per se. Right? Because a lot of people, like your friends and family, gonna look at you like you're stupid, because they're not gonna understand your faithfulness to the Lord. They're gonna look at you like, hey, go ahead and take the chip. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Hell, some people may snitch on you because you ain't got the chip.
Scripture say that.
They may tell on you because you ain't got the chip. Remember, they was doing it with the VACA. 2020.
They had a hotline.
Kids was calling in on their parents.
Yeah.
My parents didn't get the V. So there's gonna be a lot of betrayal going on around here, man. You got to have that integrity, like I said earlier. Integrity. All right, we're gonna finish up on this.
Come. So Rock 2 and 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you?
Yeah, the scriptures speak about in thy security thou shalt be destroyed.
That's right.
You know, you go back into the world and get comfortable because you stop being patient. Because patience goes into suffering.
Yep.
You know, you stop you stop wanting to suffer. You stop forgetting what this thing is about, which ultimately you're gonna go like the scripture says, Sirach 2. When you come to the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm slacking. The Lord, the brother, the apostles, they had gave a story about a guy in the school, and he said, I'm tired of being broke. You know? He said, I'm tired of being broke. You know?
Yeah.
Hey man, this thing is about being broke. This thing's about going through, and first and foremost, you're an Israelite.
Broken.
Shit. What you expect? But Jake don't have that confidence in that daily bread. I've been, man, this is what, man, look. This year has taught me daily bread. You know what I'm saying? No extras. You know what I'm saying?
Just enough.
Just enough. And the Wadi Yahweh Shemel Shai for transitioning. Man, transitioning my mind and transitioning to my living style now, my living situation. Because this is really on eggs every second. But that's cool. Paul said, I know how to be abound in the base. You see? Content. So if you really understand about being content, you know, you're going through what you're going through now. This is only just the beginning of what you're going to go through later. You're going to go through something else later. And it may be a little more harder. You know? It's gonna get rough.
Yeah, but your faith is what's gonna push you.
Your faith is what's gonna push you, man.
It's gonna be, you're gonna be the grit. You're gonna get through it.
Yeah.
With grit. You know, grit your teeth and fuck it. I'm gonna just deal with it. Because I like it unto y'all remember the movie 300. They really, it's like guys who fall out of the truth, they opting out of the war, but and you have to fight because it's inevitable. If you don't fight, regardless, the enemy is gonna overflood you.
Yeah.
So it's like in that movie 300, like they had to go out to war. They had to fight against Xerxes because really it was inevitable. He was gonna sweep through and
anyway.
subjugate everybody.
Yep.
So it's like niggas that fall out of the truth is like a man in that movie 300 is like a man just going back. I'm gonna go back home and just wait it out and hopefully, But all you doing is get in the fight. Yeah, and dying. That's the glory of this thing. That's what I'm saying. That's the glory part.
Yeah.
That's the honor. Your name being honored.
Well, I'm glad you said that. Judas Maccabees. They was attacking them on the Shabbat.
Yeah.
And they was getting slaughtered. Yeah. They said, man, we can't keep getting our ass kicked. We gotta fight back.
Exactly.
You see? You gotta fight. This thing is about fighting. Jacob was blessed, and his name turned to Yasharallah.
Yeah.
He prince of the power because he wrestled with the angel. He had to fight to the point where he was in the spirit.
Yeah.
The angel had to dislocate his thigh. Let's say he touched his thigh or something like that.
The hollow of his thigh.
Yep.
Yeah.
He still fought.
And he still fought. That's how we gotta be. No matter if no matter what persecution arises, the scriptures speak about the winds, the waters, the sea, and all that stuff. You still gotta fight. You still gotta have confidence and belief in your Yahweh Shema Shah.
Yeah, if you truly in the spirit, that should give you strength. And those stories should give you strength.
Yep. We read it earlier.
Yeah.
15 and 4.
That was written aforetime.
That was written aforetime. Was written for our learning, man. So this book was left here for us. All right, it was left here for us to live by it, to have confidence in what's written.
That ye may have hope.
That ye may have hope. Comfort one another with these words.
Yep, perfect.
I was trying to say he wasn't gonna leave us confidence.
That's it. So we got it. So why do y'all about Shema Shai?
Who knows what the Lord gonna do, man?
Yeah.
Who knows what type of power he gonna
I'm already knowing.
Who knows what type of standard he gonna lay, man? Come on, man. I know we speak a lot about doom and gloom, but who knows, bro? You don't know. So why the fuck quit? You don't know what the Lord do for you, man. That's why you shouldn't doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a shame. It's gonna be a shame. So with that, Lord, when it's edifying, and we'd like to give all glory and honor and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Mekakadash.
double honor to our apostle, great millstone, salutations to the acumen of 4 corners, pushing his people sincerity, love, diligence, respect, fear, and trembling, Bible ball.
Bible ball.